Morning, Dr. Swaminathan. Morning, afternoon, evening. I don't know what time zone you're in, so. How are you, ma'am?
Good morning.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm fine.
And is it afternoon, morning? What is it?
How are you?
Very, very good, ma'am. Very good. We have Mahima Datla, we have Dr. Krishna Ella, and we have Anand Kumar, all of us. And of course, you've been here in Genome Valley in 2017, February, about 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
Yes.
I'm told you're in Geneva, ma'am?
I remember that visit very well to the Genome Valley.
Oh, thank you.
And visiting several of the companies who are there.
Fantastic. Ma'am, we'll get started whenever you're ready. So, can we get started?
Yes, I'm ready.
And you're going to be with us for what, 45 minutes, 1 hour? Depending on that, we'll structure the flow. Yeah?
45 minutes, I can stay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, good afternoon to Dr. Soumya Swaminathan, who's the Chief Scientist of World Health Organization. She is somebody who's very familiar with the life sciences ecosystem of India, of course, and also the life sciences ecosystem of Telangana and Hyderabad, and more particularly Genome Valley, which is right here. She was, in fact, she obviously, like I pointed out just now, she had visited Genome Valley in 2017, about three plus years ago, and we also have had a couple of interactions with her when she was heading ICMR, and just a pleasure and delight to have you, ma'am, with us. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for your time. We have with us Mahima Datla of Biological E. We have Anand Kumar of Indian Immunologicals, and we also have Dr. Krishna Ella of Bharat Biotech. As we all know, this is an unprecedented time. These are uncharted waters for all of us, in fact, without an exception. So this is an exciting time also from the perspective of just believing that every adversity has an inherent opportunity that lies within. And today, Hyderabad and our life sciences ecosystem here is truly fortified its position, has really shown its strength to the world, not only from our pharmaceutical sector, but also from our biotechnology and vaccine manufacturing facilities in Hyderabad. I'm proud to share with you that Hyderabad continues to remain one of the leaders in vaccine manufacturing. We, in fact, today manufacture more than 1/3 vaccines that are used globally. And we also have, in fact, like I pointed out, been home to pharma companies which have been producing the drugs such as Remdesivir, Flavapiravir, etc., which have all been in use in the last few months. Delighted that Hyderabad's ecosystem, more particularly the 3 companies which are right here with us, are leading the vaccine race. There are more than 150 vaccines that are currently under development at various stages across the world. But within India, we have 6 companies that are in the race. And out of those 6, I'm proud to share with you, 4 of them actually are headquartered in Hyderabad. And 3 of them are sitting right here with us. So I'm here more to learn from them. I'm here more to understand from them, like every other layman out there in India and elsewhere, on what is happening in today's world and what is happening in the vaccine manufacturing and also other developments with respect to COVID and this pandemic. We'll get started, in fact, with Dr. Swaminathan. Did we lose her? Dr. Swaminathan? Soumya ji? We'll get started with you, ma'am. Ma'am, you'll have to unmute yourself. We'll get started with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Ma'am, just a quick, initial thoughts. A lot of data, a lot of research, a lot of articles these days, with WhatsApp and, social media being all pervasive, everybody seems to know everything. But let me get it from the Chief Scientist of World Health Organization. How long do you think we have to learn to live with this? Because I think that realization has dawned upon all of us that we have to coexist with the virus for a bit. But how long do you think we have to live with this? How long do you think we have to coexist? How do you see the future panning out over the next few months at least?
Yes. No. Thank you very much, Minister. First of all, congratulations on organizing this program today. I think it's very timely. The discussion on vaccines really needs to happen at different levels, both globally and nationally. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what we are doing and how we are thinking about it, and also answer your question about how long will this last and what else should we be doing. Maybe I can start with that. We know now that this novel coronavirus has established itself in the world. It has gone into practically every country, and wherever it has found a situation where it's able to spread easily from person to person, it has established community transmission, and it just goes through the population because we do not have much of pre-existing immunity to this. Now, I will add a caveat there because we are still learning about the immunity to this virus. It is possible that previous exposure to some other coronaviruses might offer some protection. That is one of the questions which are still open and can only be answered if we study cohorts of people right through and establish cohorts and see who are the people who get more severe infection versus less severe infection. Why do children appear to be relatively less susceptible to disease? They do get the infection, but they don't get sick most of the time. And why is it that with increasing age and with some of the comorbidities, we see increasing severity and increasing mortality? And how long is the immunity going to last after natural infection? We know now that most people who have natural infection develop neutralizing antibodies, and they also seem to develop T-cell immunity. So both the cellular and the humoral immune system is activated. But what we don't know is when do these antibodies start reducing, and for how long is there protective immunity? And this has implications for vaccines. If long-lasting immunity cannot be achieved after a natural infection, with the vaccine, again, we'll have to see. Because the vaccine is targeting, right now, all the vaccines are targeting the spike protein. The first generation vaccines are all targeting the spike protein because it's the most immunogenic protein of the virus.